we as individuals are very good at judging risk. Yes, there will always be one or two people around the edges, but in judging risk, if you give that message much clearer, you might have actually made a difference where it really mattered. But at the moment, I think the problem with this inquiry is it's overwhelmed with information. It's got 50,000 documents. Some of the information, it's going to be 2026, Julia, before we find out what's going on. In the meantime, we could be on two new governments in that time. So all of this information, I think, will be lost. And are we going to really learn anything? I'm not clear.
That's the worry. Hey, we might have another pandemic before then and policies are reenacted again. But the key thing is, we did have a policy, and the policy was exactly what the then Prime Minister Boris Johnson, Chris Whitty, the Chief Medical Officer, and Sir Patrick Vallance, the Chief Scientific Advisor, what they said on those podiums, standing in number 10 in that wood-panelled room, and they told us what they were going to do. They told us why they weren't going to close schools. They told us about, look, this is, some people who are elderly, but basically if you're of good health and you're not elderly, you will have a bad cold, you'll feel unwell, but you will be fine. They said all of this. People say, well, we didn't know. We didn't know it wasn't going to kill children. We didn't know the vast majority of people, would survive. Yes, we did. We knew all of that well before March 2020. The data was already in. And then suddenly we had actually some criticism from the media and others say, oh, we should be doing this thing that they're doing in China and in Italy. We should be locking down. And then suddenly this professor, Neil Ferguson, who's been wrong about everything he's ever predicted ever. I mean, every single prediction he's made from his computer models of how a disease will progress, bird flu and everything else, he's been so catastrophically wrong. Why anyone... I mean, I wouldn't trust that man to estimate, sharing out a bill for 3 people in Pizza Express, let alone make a prediction with his computer models. The man is an idiot. But he does a computer model. 500,000 people might die. He shows it to Dominic Cummings, then the Prime Minister's chief advisor. He rushes into the Prime Minister and says, we need to lock down. Suddenly, that was the split-second moment when policy changed and all of our lives changed.